y'all, this is Cyndee. I'm the Tireless Tangler. I want to welcome you back to my channel. Each of you are very important to me, so thank you for being here today. Today is day 16 of the Inktober Tangles series for 2023, and our tangle today is called WALNUTZ. It is by Ildica Boyd, and she is a CZT. This is what it looks like, and of course, by the name, you know it resembles walnuts inside their shell. I've just got a loose aura around this. This is the basic tangle on the inside, and it's cute. I'm not sure how creative we're going to get, but yeah, let's go and see what happens. I'm going to be working on gray today with black. And I'm going to start with my PN. Let me make sure I'm turned on. All right. If not, I will have a nice example, won't I? Okay. So again, this is more of a focal point tangle, so I'm not going to use any border lines, at least as far as I know. And I'm going to start with some dots. There's going to be 5 dots, and I'm going to make them kind of big or far apart. 1, and then so here's up, and then dots. Like this, so that you have sort of a 5-pointed thing, and then we're going to join those in a star like you used to do when you were a kid. Yeah, well, I don't know what I'm doing here, but right. They don't have to be perfect, of course. And once you finish, you've got some kind of a wonky 5-pointed star, right? Okay, so the next step is just to make sort of a loose, well, let me show you. It's sort of got heart bumpy shapes, but it's really less than a heart bump. So it's just kind of got a little indent in the top. Otherwise, it's just kind of a fluffy thing. Oof, this wide one. Wonder how weird and misshapen this will be. Well, I forgot my dent, but there you go. And one more. Okay, so the next step is to put an inside aura here on the inside of each one of these, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right here. It's sort of a heart shape, but in the step out she has this sort of long middle in it, and that's because that's sort of what it looks like inside of a walnut shell. If you've ever eaten a walnut from a shell, then you know this to be true. And if I start there, then I sort of remember what I'm doing as I come around that corner, and sometimes I forget to put them in, so this helps me to remember. Oh, okay. And this one's going to be weird, but I'm going to make it up as I go. Okay, and these can just be as weird and wonky as they need to be. Don't sweat the small stuff, guys. Okay, so that's our basic tangle, all right? So what I want to do now is I'm going to put an aura around this, and it's going to be kind of loose. Sort of like this, and I'm going to come in sort of like I did on my example. I sort of liked how that looked. So I'm going to try that again. This sort of reminds me of a 4 or 5 leaf clover, if that's a thing. Okay. So I'm sort of off center here, and that's okay with me. What was this over here? It'll be fine. I overcompensated for the flat. All right, so now I'm going to switch to my 01, and actually, before I do that, I think I want to put a partial one of these in. And I think what I'm going to do is a sort of a V shape. Right? And then I'm trying to look at my star and make that again. So if I have that, then this one needs to be like that. Okay. And so now I can put my little muffin top on here. Why I think of that way, I don't know. And Aura the inside of this. All right. And so this would be again, I'm just looking down here and figuring out what needs to happen next, which is hit and miss with me, right? There we go. Okay, and so this one will go out this way. So that makes a happy guide, a happy, helpful guide. Woof. That was less than helpful. All right. I can live with that. And then that would be like, so I would need to do this. And then this will go behind. There we go. Just like that. It's a little misshapen, but what do you want from me? And then I'll just do a little behind thing there. There. Okay, now I can make this nicer. This is definitely the ugly stage that we're in. That's okay. All art has an ugly stage. What we have to remember is to keep working on it until it's not ugly anymore, right? Okay, so now I'm going to put this same loose aura around the edge of this. Hopefully this will get me where I intend to go, which is some overlapping. Well, I'm really looking for abstract today, aren't I? Okay, now. Oh, I didn't do a good aura in that, did I? Oh, well. Oh, well. I am going to switch now to my 01 in black, my Micron 01. And I'm going to do some prettifying. Some prettifying, yes. It's my technical word for the day. So I'm going to go back to this first one, and I think the first thing I want to do is aura the insides of my little star. Take your time. I find the slower I go, the better off my results end up being, and yeah, that's a sad commentary because I find myself always feeling the need to rush. All right, so the next thing I think I'm going to do is aura the inside of this middle part. I thought about putting some paradox in here, but mine in my example got really messy really fast, and so I've decided to leave that for now. Now I'm going to go in here and sort of fix up my edges and corners, maybe add some line weight, rounding, and give that a little extra love. There. Okay. Simba is giving you guys a huffy hello. Hi, Karma and Lynn. And Kanji, and I can't remember the other one. Dang it. All the kitties and puppies out there in the world that make the world such a nice place. Much love to you. Okay, I guess so. The dogs are talking. It's getting close to dinner time, but not yet. All right, now where am I going to go with this? So I really liked the effect I got in the example, wherever that ended up, where I put the straight lines in on the outer shell of my little walnuts. So this is just straight lines. You can do them in whatever direction you like. Just like with yesterday's pattern. These give this some texture and some interest. It also shades them slightly. Now, while these are nicer if we get less wiggling than we did yesterday, they'll still be all right. Okay. So I'm just going to repeat this. And hope not to kill my tiny dog with the attitude problem. No promises. I woke up in the middle of the night to hear a crash next to me. I had my easel set over my trash can top so that he would not get into the trash, and he just knocked the whole thing off. Of course, my little cup of utensils and tiles and stuff that I had set on there also crashed to the floor. What did they want? The old paper towels out of there. And they wonder why they can't eat. It's because their bellies are filled with paper. It's not healthy. I do the best I can to keep them out of there, and they do the best they can to get in there. And of course, Simba, he is never the instigator of this. He leaves stuff alone because he's a good boy. But boy, once the puppy has gotten things out of there, oh, he is all in. He's like, oh, there's paper in there. Let me have some of that. I can't really get mad at him. He's too perfect. But that business is silly. He enjoys eating a paper towel as much as the next dog. Now, my big problem with this is getting these the same direction, but it'll be fine. Once we add the graphite to it, it'll be fine. Oops. Let's get this going the right direction here. I don't know why I have that problem on this side. Close enough. How's everybody doing on this Monday? Of course, for me, it's Sunday, so I'm still doing fine. I'm off to see my neurologist tomorrow. And trying to prepare myself for them telling me there's nothing they can do about it. Ain't that always the way? All right, see how fun that is? That's fun. Come on, that's fun. I guess we could ink the insides of these, make them empty walnuts. Or the old rotten ones. But where's the fun in that? It is a thought, though. I do this sometimes when I'm having trouble with my directionality so I can figure out where I'm supposed to be going with these. At least I've got some idea of what's going on. All right. And just like yesterday, if your lines are wiggly, it's still going to work fine, okay? Try not to get too invested in the straight. Goodness knows I try not to. The less invested you are in perfect lines, the less you will worry about them. And that is, again, a milepost on your journey. So I'm not going to lie, I look at other people's art and I go, wow, I wish I could have pretty lines like that. But then I stop worrying about it. I admire the art and I try to focus on what I can do instead of what I can't do. And since pretty straight lines are not going to be in my future, at least not anytime soon, I'm going to learn to make art with wiggly lines. And luckily for me, Zentangle doesn't mind my wiggly lines. Woo! All right, so now I think I'm going to take this pen. Let's think. Sort of tangled myself into a mess here. Let me move over here and do some more of this magic here. Actually, Simba, not yet, buddy. We still got 30 minutes before dinner time. It's not yet, bud. You gotta wait. Gotta wait. Simba takes dinner time very seriously. I just want you to know. Unfortunately, he always thinks it's time to eat 30 minutes before it is. He just figures if he bugs us enough, we'll give in and feed him early, and sometimes we do, but mostly not. We already feed them earlier than 12 hours apart. I feed them at 7 in the morning, and or 6:45 or 6:30, and they want to eat at 3 in the afternoon or 2 in the afternoon. That's not exactly how that's supposed to go, but okay. All right, I'm not going to worry about my little, ooh, maybe I should worry about this a little bit. This is not what I had in mind here. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. All right, see? Now we'll just... Simba. We'll just do that with all of them. See how that is? That's an opportunity to do that with all of them. So, okay, here we go.
Little Miss is getting in it. Oh, we better stand up before things get serious.
Okay.
Oh, they're about to go off and play without you, aren't they? Oh, Simba, oh my God, that was the cutest thing. Yeah, just set his paw on her. That was funny.
Okie dokie doke. Now, I want to, I think I'll do my inside strokes over here next. And then I'll worry about cleaning this borderline up, because that will have to be done. Hi, Tangle. Not yet, buddy. You gotta wait for a few more minutes, okay? Don't be naughty, buddy. It's not time yet, no. Not yet, squeaky Tangle. Tangle, are you gonna help Mommy draw? Are you squeaking? You're so squeaky. Squeaky puppy. Oh no. Hey, no. Mommy's working. You gotta be good. No. No, rotten. No. Stop. Go bother your brother. He's my rotten boy. Is now and always forever will be rotten, I have no doubt. Till I get his you-know-what snipped off. Then perhaps he'll be a better dog. I doubt it, though. I think he's just innately rotten. It's a good thing God made him cute. River. Mommy's working. Here. Not perfect, but satisfactory. Oh, somebody was sloppy with their pen. I wonder who that could have been. Turn this way. I didn't quite get this one pointed right, but it's going to be all right. Baby, please be ready to feed them immediately at 3. Thank you. Maybe I shouldn't have turned my pen there. See what a difference that can make? And there's one of our little messes that's sort of covered up. Not perfectly, but pretty close. All right. Okay. And this little guy over here. I want to give lots of love to my Nancy Pierce today. We love Nancy. She holds everybody together. We want to give her a shout out and lots of love. Thank you, Nance, for being you. You're awesome. Okay. I'll get these 2 over here, and then we can do some cleanup and some shading and some prettifying and, you know, the fun stuff. The fun stuff. Sometimes I feel like the drawing is the necessary part and the extra is the fun stuff, but sometimes the drawing is the fun part too. So it just depends on what you're drawing, doesn't it? It's always interesting to me to find, well, I guess I'll tell you when the dogs are done. Are we done? I always find it interesting to see how many people have the same ideas when they do their tiles and how many people figure something different out. You know who is doing something really clever right now with her Inktober Tangles is Eva Wu. You guys have probably seen her in your feed. She has the cutest little way of putting her basic, like her bijou, my version of doing a bijou tile, she does on a larger tile by tracing a bijou in a corner and sort of cockeyed, and then she does her basic tangle in there, and she does it see-through, so you can see her version of the tangle, you know, on the other side of the tile. So it's actually extremely clever, and I've been meaning to send her a note or a comment on one of her videos telling her how much I admired that idea. That was a good one, I felt like. So yeah. All right. Now what I want to do is do these. Simba is invested in this whole dinner thing. Simba, you gotta wait, buddy. Wait. Wait. I'm doing the sign for wait. You know what wait means. Wait. You gotta wait. It's not time yet. We got 28 more minutes, bud. 28. He is not impressed with my math. He's just sitting there in the doorway looking at me like, you gotta be kidding me, right? Yes. No, I'm not kidding, Sim. You gotta wait. I love that dog. He's so stinking smart. He's the only dog I've ever had that you can have a complete conversation with, and you're pretty darn sure he knows what you're talking about the whole time. Okay, so let's try this again. So I'm just auraing the insides of these like I did down here. Okay. And the other thing I want to do is I want to reinforce this line between these two. So I think I'm going to switch and use my PN for that. And what else? I'm not going to lie, I had a little creativity issue with this one. I just, the opportunities for trying new things just did not pop into mind like sometimes they do, and you know, that's okay. I figure there's at least several of you guys that are going to do this in some creative way, and I'm going to go, why didn't I think of that? So yay on you. I already know that there's going to be some, so yay. All right, and do I want to continue that all the way around? I kind of do. Let's go bold with this. I always do better with bold. I sure hope my hair has been out of this, unlike yesterday's. I don't know what it is, but every other time I do this, I get all these hairs in there blowing around. And most of the time I've clipped them. I don't know what it is. Let's do this like so. Okay, that's kind of fun. And I'm going to have to let go of all of this stuff in my head and figure out something fun that I can envision for that. Maybe it's just, I don't know, getting out of control. The walnuts are steamed and they're overflowing. I don't know. Probably not that. Yeah, I think with shading, that'll be fun. Oh, Cyndee, come on. Please, come on. Well, apparently this one wants a really, really, really thick border. So far be it for me to argue. No arguing from me. That's not the end of the world. There I go again, making up lines, putting them where they don't belong. All right, now the last question for me is, do I want to ink in these things, or maybe put stripes, or I don't know yet. So I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to yet. I don't promise I won't add that. But let's get out our pencil and do some shading, and our charcoal pencil and do some highlighting. And in the meantime, I will kill my dog and we'll move on. Yeah, yeah. You're rotten and you're a puppy and you're mine. And I haven't killed you yet, so be grateful and thankful. All right, let's start. At least for me, there are multiple ways you could approach this shading wide. You could shade in here, you shade out here, you shade in both. Let's just try some and see what we come up with and see what we like and what we don't like. And as always, it'll be a surprise for us all. I'll try this one different. I don't know. We'll find out. Let's try this. And maybe a little of this. I don't know. We're going to find out. And what else do I want to try? Maybe some of this. And hush, puppy. No, mommy is getting almost done, okay? Let's not make things worse. Let's make things better. Puppy. Okay, so let's try, although I really need a tortillon for this shading, because I'm going to end up with this all looking the same. That's okay. I can live with that. Please stop. I know, Simba, I know, but you just got 15 more minutes, or 20, but let's call it 15. And let's see about the outer edges. Not sure how effective that is. Well, I have to be careful with that. No, don't like that one. Not sure I like that at all. Oh, I had one more to try up here. Now this, I think I can make effective because I'm going to use charcoal right here, the white. So I will shade in these areas. And then highlight in these areas, right? Those bumps are helpful. And then a shade down here. Probably should have more accurately done that just to one side, but yeah. I can live with it. And down here, it's going to be a lot of fun. That's why I love these gray tiles or the Renaissance tiles. It's like they have that extra magic. That got a little out too much. Have to erase some of that. And yeah, that's gonna work. Oops, I gave up too soon on this. And this is where all of the little oopses go away. We like when those go away. Okay. All right. So let me grab my charcoal pencil. Let's finish this outer edge off, see how it turns out. Fun stuff. There it is. And I'm just going to put these on all of these bulgy points. It's my technical term. I have a lot of those. And if you've watched me before, you already know this. I might need to erase some of this, but I think I can just lay this over. We'll see. If not, I can still erase. And now I want to try this. And I don't know how that will work. That needs an eraser for sure. And the other thing I could try is over here on this. Ooh, kind of like that. Even though I felt like the shading wasn't effective, once I add that in on top of that. Ah, not bad, not bad. Let's buff some of this out. Blend it, sorry. And I frequently, once I blend something once, I frequently go back over it again, so Don't be afraid to don't be afraid to layer. Don't be afraid to layer your shading. Starting to worry. Starting to worry, ladies and gentlemen. Starting to worry. So definitely a few more layers of shading on this. But I think I like where this is going. But I think I am going to add some ink in these interstices just to sort of give us some more oomph. I will probably add some more line weight around these open areas. I don't know how this is going to turn out as far as long term. Yeah. That might look strange. I don't know. I'm going to have to put this out at arm's length and think about it. What I really like is this right here. And of course, I can still ink in here if that's what I want to do. So that is where I'm headed with that. Now, the other place I'm going to want to shade really, really heavily is right here. Regardless of whatever shading is underneath there, we're going to have to shade here really good and dark so that we get some separation between these two. I do like this with the shading and everything. That sort of gives that some broachy look, like a brooch, right? Broachy. It's broachy. Is that like bougie, but not really? Do you guys even know what bougie is? Because if I didn't have young people in my life, I wouldn't. All right. All right. Let's blend this out. Again, shade in layers. At least that's what I'm going to do. I used to get bored with shading. Now it's like, once you get a little bit better at it and it makes a huge difference, you're like, ooh, let's shade. And I might put a drop shadow somewhere on here. Not sure yet. But this is where I'm going to go with this. I hope you have enjoyed this video today. This has been a fun, easy, just sort of brainless endeavor with shading, and yeah, it was relaxing. So thank you guys so much for being with me today, and I'm going to see you tomorrow.